Hey guys, today I'm recording this car for you guys. This is the 2021 Hyundai Palisade. This is the Elite. So we're gonna show you this, guys. This is my friend's car that I borrowed from him to film it. I've had my first impressions of the car, so I'm gonna review it around. We're gonna go for a drive and show you how it behaves on the road. This is the purple color, burgundy or something is what it's called. This is the Elite spec. It comes with 20-inch wheels, full LED lights. I love this daytime running light that goes through the bumper. It reminds me of the Escalade, to be honest. Yeah, it's the 8-seater model. It is quite windy today. I'll show you the engine before we do go ahead. Smart entry as well, keyless entry. This is the 2.2 liter 4-cylinder turbo diesel from Hyundai. It has 147 kilowatts and 440 newton meters of torque. This is pretty much a brand new car, to be honest. It's only got about 30,000 kilometers on the odometer. So let's go for a drive and talk about it more. Gear selector is buttons, not a gear shift or the steering. Press D to go in. Electric parking brake goes on this side. Press it down and go right ahead. So we're gonna talk about a couple of things and how I've seen this car to drive. I'm gonna talk about the engine, suspension and everything. First thing I was really impressed with was the engine. When I did go in for the first time in it, it is very smooth. Really doesn't feel like a diesel engine. When on throttle, you do hear the diesel sound. It doesn't sound particularly bad. Very torquey engine, has a lot of torque. 440 newton meters of torque is quite impressive from this size of engine, and it is quite enough for this sort of car, to be honest. You don't need anything more powerful or stronger. Australia does come with two engine types, so you can get the 2.2 diesel 4-cylinder or the 3.8 V6 petrol. I believe the diesel comes with the 4-wheel drive system or all-wheel drive system, and the petrol comes with front-wheel drive only, or it might be an option to get the 4-wheel drive. I think the diesel only comes with the 4-wheel drive. To be entirely honest with you, the car is super easy to drive. You don't have to hustle it with low-end torque. So in-town use is very efficient, and the engine is very quiet, easy to drive. Really, it is a wide car, but it's quite easy to drive. Good visibility. I do believe the windscreen is quite low, quite small. Side mirrors are pretty good, nice and large. And yeah, another thing about this car that really impressed me is the suspension. I feel like it's very composed. It holds its weight quite well on the road. It's not floaty. It doesn't float all about the place, but when you do hit a bump, it is very smooth, and it absorbs the bump quite well. So we're starting off in comfort. Let's put it into eco. This is the drive select button. The eco does dull down the throttle, and it makes it quite slow to respond, and that's what you really want when you are trying to save fuel. It does have auto hold, as you can see. Yeah, press it, move your leg from the brake, and then when you do drive ahead, you can just put your leg on the gas pedal and it'll move. This is the Elite spec, as I said. There's a Highlander, which is the higher spec. I believe that comes with a panoramic sunroof, 360 cameras, bigger infotainment. This is a 10.3. I think that comes with a 12.3, I believe, or something like that off the top of my head. It also comes with heated and cooling seats for the front. This only has the heated seats. Also comes with a heated steering wheel. And I also believe that it does do a heated second row for the captain chairs, I believe, for the 7-seater configuration. This is the 8-seater configuration. Yeah, the interior looks pretty good. I like the metal sort of finish to the buttons over here. Everything's divided well. You know, you got your HVAC systems here. Yeah, really happy with it. Yeah, I'm really impressed with the Hyundai Infotainment system as well. Quite responsive, a lot of information to go into, easy to use while driving as well. It does have Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, so that's pretty good as well. Easy to use, full screen integration, which I will show you in a second. The steering on this car is very good in my opinion. At low speeds it is nice and light and easy to maneuver. Higher speeds, as I will show you on the freeway, it heavies up, becomes heavier, and it's not too dull, and it's pretty good. Brake pedal feel, it does have the new sort of car brake pedal feel. It's gonna get some getting used to until you sort of do get used to it, and you don't have to do it. It's quite, you know, sensitive. So but yeah, easy to get used to, nothing too crazy. Yeah, super effortless to do that U-turn. Steering is very light. Also, the fuel economy is pretty good on this car, being a small engine and a diesel. This car in particular is averaging 8 liters per 100, which is very good for this sort of size family car. It has a lot of safety features and everything else. Has lane keeping assistance with active assistance, so it controls the steering as well. Radar cruise control, blind spot monitoring. Yeah, it's got all the high-end, high-tech safety features of modern cars, which is very good. You do need this sort of safety features for a family car to keep your family safe. 7 airbags in total, and that doesn't change between the Highlander and the Elite. That's very good. Hyundai is not cheaping out on safety.
In 400 meters, red light and speed limit, camera ahead, 60 kilometers per hour speed limit.
This is very useful as well. It tells you red light and speed cameras. quite useful, but you can turn it off if you'd like in the settings. This does have a sunroof or a moonroof. It's a manual one. It does tilt up and go up and down, and it opens up. Yeah, really impressed with the car. It does everything well in my opinion. I mean, key competitors for this segment of cars really are the Palisade, you can say the CX-9, Mazda CX-9, maybe Nissan X-Trail or Pathfinder, to be honest. That is bigger than the X-Trail. You got the Ford Everest, you could also compare to this. This being an 8-seater and a 7-seater, it is quite easy to compare with those cars. This is the sort of higher end, more luxurious family car in Hyundai's lineup. You got the Santa Fe under this. You can get the Santa Fe in the 7-seater configuration, but the body of the Santa Fe is a lot smaller. It's not as wide. It's not gonna be as spacious as this is. Yeah, this is gonna be a lot easier to put, you know, child seats in than the Santa Fe. We will hopefully be able to get a Santa Fe to review on the channel and show you guys the difference between this and the Santa Fe. Yeah, as I said, very effortless to drive this car. Engine is very torquey. You don't need to press it. You don't need to hustle it too hard. I'm gonna show you guys the wind noise and everything when we go on the freeway. It's very quiet. It's not too loud. I would have thought it would have been more insulated, to be honest. Being a new car and the sort of luxurious in Hyundai's lineup. The luxury car in Hyundai's family lineup. Personally, I do not believe that you don't need the power of the V6 petrol. I think the diesel 4-cylinder will do the job for the car anyway. It's going to be a lot more efficient, easier to run. I feel like this is the car to go to, but it is more expensive than the petrol. I believe it's a $4,000 increase over the petrol for the diesel. But this does come with the 4-wheel drive system, so I guess that's also a plus. Gotta put in mind. Wind noises today, it's quite windy, so you can keep that in mind as well. In terms of visibility, the car, it's very good. It's very easy to change lanes with these big side mirrors and also the blind spot monitoring. We will put into sport mode when it's safe to do so. When we will do a U-turn and go back to the other side. Yeah, it is really quite responsive. I'm really impressed with the power of this engine. Really impressed with the suspension system here. It's very sophisticated. It gives you confidence in the car. It doesn't float about the place, and it's still very comfortable. So I think here we do have a chance to test out the sport mode in this. As you can see, automatically starts shifting down for gears. The light turns red. See how it gets up to speed here. Very torquey, not too loud. Yeah, really impressed with it. Put it back into comfort. Turn on the cruise control here. Easy to turn on. One button. Set it onto the speed. It'll keep you in the middle. As you can see the emblem there, it's red, it's green, so it's telling you that it can't see the lines, and it's going to center. It's a very good lane keep assistance. It centers in the middle of the lane. It doesn't bounce around the lanes. You should keep your hands on the wheel at all times, and it will remind you if you don't do so. Cruise control system, it's very good. You can customize it in terms of distance, as you can see over there. You can go closer to the car or further away. In terms of road noise, it's pretty good. This road is quite noisy. It's not the smoothest surface. You can hear a bit of road noise and tire noise. So yeah. And whenever you do want to cancel the cruise control, either you press the button, press the brake. You do have pedal shifters here, which are quite responsive, to be honest. And you can use that in terms of when you're towing. And this car can really be used for towing. It has, Hyundai claims 2,200 kilograms of braked towing capacity, 750 kilograms unbraked. Just pretty good, pretty impressive for this size of engine. Of course, it's gonna struggle a little bit, but if it says it can do it, then it can do it. Yeah, the engine really doesn't feel like a diesel, to be honest. It's very smooth, very quiet. You don't hear too much of it. Very impressed with it. I am going to show you guys the reverse camera. The Highlander does come with a 360 camera. This does not. I will show you guys the CarPlay as well. I do really like this gear shifter. The buttons, it does save up a lot of space, and it gives a lot of storage system for the interior. Very clear camera with sensors front and back. Yeah, and there you are. Let me show you guys the CarPlay system. It does have wireless charging. Hook it in, recognize it's your device. Full integration, very smooth, high quality. Yeah, very, very good. And this does come with also the Infinity sound system, as you see over here. Very good sound system, nice and clear, a lot of bass in it as well. Yeah, very, very impressed. It does the family things very well. It does everything quite well. It's affordable, to be honest. It's quite price competitive in that market, and we will try and get the competitors on the channel so we can compare this to that. Until then, thank you very much for watching. It was a lot of fun, and we'll try and get as many cars as we can for you guys. So yeah, see you soon.